Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Leo, I hope that you're doing well. I'm using two decks for your reading today. The overall energy from the Heart Path Oracle cards and the Urban Tarot for your tarot reading. It's a very brand new deck for me, so cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. What messages do you have for Leo, please, Spirit? Thank you. The words here say, commanding performance, renewing your promises. Commanding performance, renewing your promises. What a bizarre image. Some of these cards are so bizarre to me. As things are coming, one, it feels like alien light coming down to like kind of take everybody up to the mothership. Another one is reminding me of Noah's Ark, right? 2 by 2 by 2. This energy here reminds me of a bubble bath. And like, don't get me started on what's going on with this face inside of this bird-like figure. Very bizarre. Commanding performance. This makes me think of, it feels like theater, kind of a surrealist theater, theatrical. This sense that we have to perhaps put on many masks or don many caps in life, that we have to put a filter on sometimes when we interact with others. So if you are a father and you play that role, and then you play the role of a colleague or of a coach or of a homemaker, right? Doesn't matter. We have to put on a different hat every time we enter into a new scenario. But it's almost like Spirit is telling me that you have everything under control. Interesting what it says underneath, renewing your promises. That's a strange turn of phrase for me, renewing your promises. Like bringing your promises back to life, or it's like renewing your vows. When we get married and we've been married for 30 years, people often renew their vows to reconfirm their commitment to their partner. But renewing your promises, it's kind of like maybe there's someone in your life that you've had to remind them, hey, look, I'm always going to be there for you. And like if somewhere along the way you've forgotten that, well, I'm here to remind you that I'm by your side, even if we're not physically next to each other. So this kind of makes me think of people at a distance, like friends at a distance. Like if there's somebody in your life that you haven't seen in a really long time. This actually just happened to me recently, that I've reconnected with a friend that I hadn't really seen in maybe 2 years. And I had to like say to her, I mean, she's a cusper, so I don't know if she'd watch this reading, but she started to apologize to me, and I said, there's nothing to apologize for, that you and I will always be friends. And if for some reason, we fall out of touch, I know that I didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. We just have to take care of our stuff for a while. And I don't hold grudges like that. And you don't want to really hold on to people that don't want to be held on to, right? Giving people their space and letting them be. But coming back together, when you do come back together, it's just to let you know, we'll always be friends. And if you need me, I'm here. And if you want to go, need to explore, be on your own, then that's fine too. So I see something like that when I think of renewing promises. It's so funny. I was looking at these animals and Spirit just said same, same. Same, same. Things are same. Oh, it's same, same. This figure here is really, really disconcerting. I find this tremendously disconcerting. I don't like this at all. It's not that I'm saying it's not that it's bad, but like I'm saying it because there's something about it that causes me to feel like it's otherworldly and that I'm not comfortable with it. So there could be something that's happening to you in the present moment where you're feeling there's a change in something and you're feeling discomfort. But no one can tell that you're uncomfortable with this commanding performance. No one can. If you're ever worried, Leo, that anyone can see your vulnerability or your discomfort, they can't. Or if they can see it, then they're highly, highly intuitive. Other people can't see it. They just see this resoluteness to create order out of things. I'm not really sure where all of that is going, but I feel like it resonates for somebody that I'm speaking to. Like you're getting all your ducks in a row, but on the inside you might feel like completely chaotic. It's making you uncomfortable. You almost feel like the spotlight is on you, but that's where I have to be careful, because that self-consciousness can actually undermine you. And Spirit is kind of telling me, don't let the perception that people are watching you deter you from feeling confident in yourself. So I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, and future. I may pull out cards from Spirit at the end. We'll see. This is a brand new deck for me. I've done 3 readings so far with this deck, but some of the images are I'm still learning, still uncovering. All right. Spirit told me to look at the bottom of the deck, victory. Spirit just said, what's underneath the surface? So that's why I pulled from the bottom of the deck. This is the victory card. It's like the end is in sight. The goal is in sight. We're nearing the finish line. We're excited about it. We're all but there. This can be a card of public recognition, accolades, awards, accomplishment. In the past energy, see, it's like that affirmation from Spirit, like you don't have to worry. We've got you, and you've got you. You're doing a great job. In the past energy, Ace of Cups in the reverse. This kind of tells me, though, that in the past energy, you were not really in the position to receive fully. That you could have been lacking some confidence in the past, where Spirit offers you this opportunity, but you might have been balking at it. Like Spirit literally used the word balking, like hesitating, stopping short, finding things wrong with this ace that came in. You know, it's like when you meet a new love interest and they're really, really attractive, and you almost self-sabotage because you're just like, surely this person would never date somebody like me. That's just an example. that's self-sabotage, because they're not giving you any indication of that their actions are anything but pure. We ourselves can undermine something good if we continue to find flaw in it. Everything has flaws. Everything is imperfect. But if we continue to harp on it so that it doesn't turn back on us, right? That spotlight that I was talking about, we can undermine ourselves. It's like if you want to find fault, you keep looking for fault, you're going to find it. And so Spirit is kind of showing me in the past energy, there was something about this opportunity that you could have found a lot of fault with. And so therefore, even if it was from Spirit, there was a little bit of rejection on your part. Clarifying it is the Queen of Cups, Cancer energy, therapist. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. In my, and I just saw 1111 as I said that. In my job, I'm a Cancer, so Queen of Cups, I identify with it. Some of my coworkers call me their therapist. I don't know whether to be flattered or horrified by that, but it is what it is. It's somebody who listens, somebody who's generous with their time, with their love and their care. And you got this card in the reverse. When the Queen of Cups comes in the reverse, it tells me that, so Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups, two water elements to start your reading in the past energy. So lots of emotions in your past energy, your recent past. When the Queen of Cups is in reverse, that always signals to me that self-care was needed, that it required you to draw back, to take your energy back, to cut cords, to pray and meditate, to take care of yourself physically, because so much energy was being expended. Can I get a clarifier on the Queen of Cups in reverse, Ace of Cups in reverse? Eight of Wands in reverse, swiftness. Eight of Wands talks about fast action and fast communication. You can see here in the wheel, the spokes of the wheel are the wands, moving very, very quickly. You got this card in reverse. Something had to slow way down. Something had to, there was perspective that was needed. Things were moving too quickly for everybody's, to everyone's detriment. And so I feel as though Spirit came in and slowed a lot of stuff down for you in the past energy. And that could have been really, really frustrating. This card is reminding me of the movie Amélie. It's, I believe, a French film. It's in French, but it doesn't have to be a French film, but I think it's French film. It's from a while ago, from I think the early 2000s, which at this point is a while ago. There's a scene at the end. They ride a lot of bikes in France, and at the end of the film, the characters are kind of blissfully going into their future, and they're riding this bike, and the camera is kind of shaking, and it's kind of matching the frivolity that they're feeling. There's a lot of joy in that scene, and I see it kind of referenced here for me. Spirit's bringing that reference in, but it is in reverse. That movie is all about a woman who is really exceptionally beautiful, exceptionally imaginative. Most of the film is in the space of her narration and her imagination. She often breaks the fourth wall, meaning she looks at the camera and speaks to the audience. It's such a quirky film, highly recommend it. But she's a sensitive soul, And there's one point in the film where she's just tremendously lonely. She's such a beautiful light in the darkness, this character, and she's tremendously lonely. And it broke my heart to watch it the first. I love this film, and it just, when that scene comes up, it just breaks my heart. And so there's something about that, right? Like, I mean, maybe your name is Amelie, or you know somebody named Amelie. I do. I happen to know an Amelie. But there's something to that. That film is all about identity and our place in the world and how we choose to show up. It's not about how we choose to represent ourselves. It's literally how our spirit shows up in the world for ourselves and for others. That even in her sadness, she was still kind. She was still a little bit of a trickster. Got her in trouble a little bit. But she never meant any harm, right? So it was about allowing her unique personality to shine through. And there's something in your past energy that is showing me that it's like you weren't allowed to be your truest self in a scenario in the past energy. And so it required you to kind of pause and regroup and take care of yourself. And kind of grapple with those ideas, right? Like maybe you were feeling a little lonely and kind of grappling with, can I be comfortable in my own company? It's difficult. It takes practice. Like yesterday, I went to have dinner by myself, and I love having dinner. I used to like fear that, you know, like, oh, I can't go into that restaurant by myself. Now it's like I just don't even care. Like, and there are things to distract us, right? We can bring a book. We have our phone. But I've had to work to get to this place of comfort with myself, that I can be in those spaces alone and just be perfectly content. And so there's something here, Leo, in the past energy where you were feeling isolated out, and that you had to sit with that discomfort for a while. And like talk to it. You had to talk to that discomfort, figure it out. In the present energy, I see the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. 9 of Pentacles is all about single, independent, entrepreneurial. It's pre-Empress energy, and it's somebody who is really kind of living, liking the finer things, enjoying the fruits of their labor, comfortable in their own skin and in their own company. But the card is in reverse. So it's not to say that you haven't been accomplished and successful, but it's more about saying like you're not interested in kind of embarking on this path alone anymore. Like you're interested in partnership, you're interested in collaboration. And it's clarified by the Queen of Wands in the upright. This is your energy. Finally, we're getting to some more wands here. And it's represented in this card by the Public Defender. So we have the Therapist so far and the Public Defender. Look at that leopard or whatever. Look at the look on its face. It looks so fierce. Even her face looks a little fierce. Like really determined. Looking straight at the viewer. No nonsense. Very powerful. Queen of Wands is somebody who very assertive, passionate, creative, open solar plexus chakra, really working with the gut energy and the intuition, and this like deep knowing of oneself. So that's really wonderful, because it shows, for me, it shows growth from this past energy where we were unsure and maybe giving too much to others, and like really needing to turn that energy back towards ourselves, to something where we can like finally acknowledge what it is that we've accomplished, what it is that we've experienced in life, and really feel proud of it. Really feel proud of it. Can I get a clarifier for the Nine of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Wands? Okay, 3 cards came out, all in reverse. Yep, all in reverse. The Empress in reverse, the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, the 7 of Cups in reverse. So I'm going to show you all the cards in the upright. This is the 7 of Cups in the upright. It says debauch or debauchery. This one says change, 2 of Pentacles. This is the Empress, number 3 of the major arcana, Taurus and Libra energy. My favorite card in any tarot deck. So all of these cards came in reverse. I told you this was pre-Empress energy, and here's the Empress, really kind of hammering home, bringing home this sense of partnership or collaboration, or just not doing things alone. Because the Empress, you know, she's the master attractor, the divine feminine, the power of all 4 queens. One of the most powerful cards in the entire tarot. So when the card is in reverse, there's still, it's like, there's a lot of pride that shows up, but like, there still could be a little bit of doubt. Can I actually do this? Can I actually accomplish this? Can I actually manifest this? Right? Because with the 2 of Pentacles in the reverse, this looks like a person in like a gym or a yoga studio, kind of wanting to, it's like they're looking in the reflection. It's like trying to step into another world, a new reality. Okay, this card is in reverse though. Do I have what it takes to step into this new reality? Am I brave enough? On the outside, people would think you're definitely brave enough. On the inside though, I mean, just because we have fears and hesitations doesn't mean we're not going to keep moving forward. I completely see you moving forward. Especially because this card is in reverse. 7 of Cups usually talks about confusion, being spoiled for choice. It's represented by a lot of cocktails here. Kind of a lack of better judgment, but in the reverse, it kind of shows me very clear thinking, very clear decision making on your part, the present energy. In the future potential, Princess or Page of Swords, the activist, and the Death card, number 13 of the major arcana. It's a pretty brutal card. So it's also kind of a card of like weird resurrection. That's strange. It's a strange image. But these 2 cards kind of signify to me that we're bringing an end to something. See, I hear the sirens coming. I hear the sirens in the background. So there's an ending that is coming to its natural fruition. And in its place, this kind of new day is dawning for you. You see here how she has the megaphone in her hand? There's something that needs to be drawn out, expressed, communicated, heralded. Here's that those words commanding performance. There's commanding attention that I see that you're doing in your future potential. And maybe you're saying, you know, the old me is dead and gone. The new me is rising up and advocating for others and myself. It's really strong Leo energy. Can I ask for a card of advice from Spirit, please? 2 cards came out, and while they came out in reverse, I'm happy to see it. I'm glad I asked. The Strength card, Major Arcana number 11 in this deck. It's usually 8, but in this deck it's 11. The Strength card, Leo energy. Leo, you showed up in your own reading. However, you showed up in reverse. So this is very much in keeping with the reading, which is there's these little moments of hesitation, you know, feeling confident and then pulling back a little bit, feeling confident and pulling back a little bit. When you show up in your own reading through the Major Arcana for your sign, but it's in reverse, it kind of tells me that like we need to step into our own power. We need to take back our own energy. Strength card is all about a mastery over the ego. And the ego, the whole reason why the ego has its job is because it kind of inserts particular fears where there may not need to be fear. So we're not talking about things that are impending danger. We're talking about things like gossip and judgment and, you know, what are people going to perceive about me? And, well, I don't care what that is. I'm just going to stand tall and strong, and I'm going to represent myself in a certain way, even though my ego is saying, you're worthless, you're nothing, no one's going to care about you, no one's going to love you. And because of that, we're just going to pull ourselves back and not express ourselves and not show ourselves to the world. Right, you started this reading with the 6 of Wands, all about victory, all about recognition. So Spirit is showing me, it's like, don't lose sight of that. Don't allow the fears of your ego to get in the way of inhabiting your authentic self. The 2 of Swords came out in the reverse as well. The word is peace. So in a way, this is kind of a hard ending. This is a hard thing to end on, but it's what Spirit wants you to know. I'm going to paraphrase Brené Brown, renowned modern sociologist who did studies on vulnerability and shame. She's very famous. Brené Brown, I think, was also paraphrasing somebody, but she said, when we don't express our truth, we start a war within. When we don't express our truth, we start a war within ourselves. So Spirit is really asking you to work hard to not allow that to happen to yourself. Work hard to express who you are. I see you're going to do it in the future potential. How that comes out, though, is up to you. You know, are we going to be shouting from our literal soapbox, throwing papers up in the air and causing a stir? Right? Or are we going to create the change that we need simply by taking care of ourselves and putting up boundaries and saying no to people? Right? No is a complete sentence. So that's your reading, Leo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Leo.